the Strong Mom's Guide to Surviving Chaos. The secrets I use to stay strong and focused. If you're a mom with a career, demands on you are already extremely high. You're a chef, you're a maid, you're a taxi driver, the scheduler, you're giving all of the emotional support to your children, to your spouse, to everybody else. You're making sure everyone else is taken care of, and stress can run really high. There's only so many hours in the day. But that means you're probably leaving yourself off that priority list, and your physical health, mental health, and emotional health are now on the back burner, which is just creating more and more stress. Never mind adding all the craziness that's going on in the world, like banks collapsing and wars. I can see where life would be absolutely overwhelming. First, my name is Regula, and I'm a 3-time mom, a 3-time Olympian, and I own 2 businesses with my husband. Today, I help moms gain that mental clarity back, get their lives together, own their lives instead of their lives owning them. And I help them lose weight without focusing on weight loss, because how miserable is that? But at the end of the day, if they can take ownership of their bodies, of their choices, of their life, that just is an amazing byproduct. Since you're gonna be hanging with me for about the next 10 minutes, I wanted to introduce myself, and I want you to know that I have walked the path that you are walking right now. If any of that resonates or sounds familiar, I was there. It's exactly why I created the program that I created, is because I know I needed help, I needed guidance, I needed a roadmap to find a place where I felt truly at peace and felt truly confident with who I was and what I was bringing to the world. And I want to share that with as many moms as possible. Back to managing stress amongst the craziness around us, I'm going to share with you my top 5 proven ways to manage stress and really calm that chaos. Secret number 1, and this was a game changer for me: limit or create boundaries around, or altogether get rid of, the news. There are so many studies out there that show depression, anxiety, it's on the rise, and so is news consumption. There's a reason for this, right? Evolution. We have been programmed, wired to always scan our environment for the negative, for danger. And what can happen, especially now that we all have phones, is something I call the doom scroll, right? You click on an article, and then the next thing you know, the algorithm pushes articles similar to that your way. And the next thing you know, you've been on for 10, 15, 20 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes, and maybe longer. And you're just getting fed all of this negative news. And some of it's true, some of it might not be. A lot of times it's opinion pieces. A lot of times news is out there to get you to click on it. This is why I love things that fact-checked actual articles, because I want to know what's actually going on, not just what the news says is going on. So limit the news. Now, if you're a mom who needs to know what's going on for your job, maybe you manage people, or you just are curious, I understand that. But I would still highly recommend limiting it, just setting boundaries. Technology is pretty cool these days. You can go on anything, Google News, social media, and you can put your preferences. You can actually create your news feed. That's a lot different than opening up just, Pandora's box. You never know what you're going to get. Other people's opinions, other people's articles being flooded to you. So create those boundaries. It will make a world of difference. And I know personally, I don't watch the news. Something in my area, if it's important, I absolutely hear about it. If something's important in the world, I absolutely hear about it. I don't need to go seek out what's going on every 5 seconds, because I just get down these negative rabbit holes, which creates more stress and anxiety. There is physiological responses as well, right? Cortisol goes up. All of a sudden, the next thing you know, we have inflammation, digestive issues. There's physiological responses, there's mental responses, there are emotional responses. And for me, I know that my input shapes my outlook. And it's really important for me to input really good things so that I can lower stress and then therefore better decisions and then have better results. Secret number 2, exercise. Exercise directly contributes to your stress management system. But for some reason, it's the first thing that goes. I think it's because we can't see the effects immediately, right? It's easy to say, oh, I'll just miss this workout. I got a lot going on. I'm too stressed. I can't work out. But exercise in itself actually contributes to you handling stress better. One thing I say when I do talks to companies, if we had this crazy x-ray machine and it showed what exercise did to our body and how it helped it, we would never stop exercising ever. Studies are out that it's 1.5 times more effective than any pills you can get, or even psychotherapy. Doctors who are basing their research on science have said over and over, if the effects you could get from exercise were in a pill, it would be the most widely prescribed pill because it is the best way to fight stress. And that is something we can do. I think sometimes we forget that is something we can absolutely do. So keep exercising. Here's the thing. If you have a career, I get it. You don't have all the time in the world, which is why I don't do long workouts. I do short, intense workouts. The cool part is it doesn't take as long. I also walk. Those are really, really good ways to get in some of your exercise. Maybe you're waiting for a soccer game. Cool. Walk around the field. There are ways for us to kind of kill two birds with one stone, so to speak, as moms, right? We got to get our kids to soccer, but I can use that time to exercise. I only have 20 minutes. Awesome. I'll go hard and I'll go fast and I'll make sure I get the most out of that 20 minutes, but I don't have to spend 2 hours there. So exercise, if you truly understood how impactful it is on your stress management system, I promise you would never, ever stop. Secret number 3, it's called weed your garden. What do I mean by that? Our environment is the invisible hand that shapes us. If we want to achieve certain goals, if we hang around people who are constantly engaging in behaviors and thought process and patterns that are going against those goals, it's going to be harder. So we need to get rid of the negative Nancys. We need to create boundaries around those who are energy vampires. We want to hang around people that lift us up, that make us better. I can tell you right now, being on an Olympic team, I leveled up and I didn't even mean to, because the norm within that crew, within that team, was to always go the extra mile. So I didn't have to ask myself, am I going to do the extra rep? Am I going to go, one round further? Am I going to choose the thing that I know what's going to make me a better player, a better human? No, that was just the norm. So surrounding yourself with people who make healthy habits, who make goals that you're trying to achieve the norm, is everything. Your environment is going to directly contribute to your success. And sometimes that's hard to hear because there is so much out there that normalizes what I consider bad behavior, right? I don't want to be a part of a group that constantly vents. Oh, let me just vent here. Like, I don't need all of your negativity to be thrown on me. Now I'm stuck with it, right? I don't want to be the mom that is like, oh, I'm so stressed, so mommy needs wine. That's not who I want to be. I want to learn how to manage my stress, system with healthy habits that make me feel good. So it's really important for us to audit our circle and really weed our garden and make sure that we're surrounding ourselves with the people that are truly lifting us up. It's going to make a world of difference. Let's talk about the 4th secret, and that is gratitude. Now, this one took me some time. I was resistant, but ever since I started incorporating daily gratitude, from the time I decided that I was willing to do anything to get out of the depths of depression, it has changed my life. I've gone through more 5-minute journals than I knew was even possible. I just have been racking them up, and I keep them. I keep them to see how far I've come. But gratitude, not only is there science behind it, but it's really important for us to understand that we find what we're looking for. And if we can simply find regular, run-of-the-mill, daily things. I'm not talking about gratitude for the monumental moments. That's obvious, right? Our brain can process that. But what is something that is in your daily life that you're grateful for? It trains our brain to constantly look for things that are good in life. Again, we're wired to find the bad, so we have to actively try and find the good. And when you do that, you realize there is so much good around us. Daily gratitude, we use it in our inner circle. One thing I'm grateful for is being surrounded by our inner circle, the moms that we work with in our program. Because again, environment matters, like I just talked about. Being surrounded by moms who are solution focused, have challenges come up, but find a way to do it anyways, who are posting their sweaty selfies and giving me motivation like, oh, she did it nice and early in the morning, I can do it too. That's something I'm grateful for. Try and find some things that you are grateful for. It will make a world of difference in your day. Finally, the 5th secret, stay away from social media as much as you possibly can. As Zig Ziglar once famously said, your input determines your outlook determines your output, and your output determines your future. The American Psychological Association has cited that up to 86% of people are feeling more anxious with the constant presence of social media. There's this thing that we call comparison, right? Comparison is the thief of joy. Social media tends to be a highlight reel. And we judge ourselves against everyone's best, or maybe even not reality. It's easy to just post something, put a caption and say, oh yeah, that my life's perfect, right? Then you find out 2 months later that someone's life is, anything but. Yet for the last 2 months, we've been comparing ourselves and feeling bad about something that's not even real. So be really mindful of your social media. It is the sole reason why we took our coaching program and moved it completely off of any social media platform. We actually have our own platform where moms can go to only see the good things, to solely join moms that are making themselves a priority, becoming solution focused, who are staying true to their word, to taking care of themselves. It's been incredible. I can't even tell you the feedback we've had taking it off social media. There is no more getting sucked down those rabbit holes that I talked about earlier, because when you open up our platform, it's not connected to anything else. So be very mindful of your social media. Dr. Lisa D'Amour actually just posted about teens, but I think it's true for adults as well. As teens start to click on certain ads and certain stories, the algorithm starts to feed you more of those. And the next thing you know, you're living in a warped sense of what the world is actually like. So be careful, stay away from it as much as you possibly can. If you can't, do your best to filter it, but understand that social media does follow you around, traps you, and it is contributing to a lot of anxiety that we're feeling these days. There is the simple 5-step plan. I use all of those. So I challenge you to either try them all if you're a veteran and you're feeling pretty good and you've been doing some work on yourself. But if not, and you're new to this whole thing, then just choose one or two. Try them all out, see what one feels good for you. I tell moms that we work with, we don't want to change everything at once, because then the likelihood of those changes sticking goes down. So tackle one, get that under your belt, leave the news off for a while, get your gratitude in, exercise, whatever that may be, and then move to the next one. So hopefully this 5-step guide really helped you. I use them in my own life, all of them. Step by step, I started adding them. And I know I personally am going through life with less stress, less anxiety, and I'm able to show up for my family, for myself, for my businesses in a whole new way. If this was helpful, if it resonated, if you would like content like this to help you lower stress in this crazy world and become your best and feel amazing, gain confidence, lose weight without focusing on weight loss, we'll talk about that as well. Please like and subscribe to my channel and share with as many friends as possible. My goal is to help moms, which also helps families, right? Strong mom, strong fam. That was the original point of why I wanted to create this program and why I wanted to create this movement. So please share it. We all have unique challenges. We all have unique obstacles. Mine happened to come from battling depression and then training for an Olympics with 3 kids and 2 businesses in tow, supporting me along the way. But yes, there were some stretch times. There was a lot of stress, but it doesn't have to be the Olympics. As my husband tells me all the time, everyone has their own Olympics. So if you want to be your best and show up for your family while showing up for yourself and doing amazing things and creating a life that you love, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you liked, let me know what you didn't, and I'll do my best to create the content that will help you the most.